Hi. Helicopters are the sound that you hear in the air all the time, nonstop, 24/7. I've been watching some of the news that's online, Fox News here on YouTube, but I haven't heard too much more in-depth details. It's kind of an overview. The coroner report yesterday was 124 have been found so far that aren't alive. We took a drive down Range Line, one of the main drags here in Joplin and one of the main drags that got the most destruction.
This light right here is where we would turn left to go back to that Walmart.
Oh.
You can't tell where you're at. Stuff just doesn't look the same.
A lot of the media is just focusing right on that hospital area, which is completely on the other side of town. As far as the eye can see, it's nothing but insane destruction. It's just like never ending. It's just on and on and on. It's like
tornado watch. Also, we've got flood warnings out.
Not one thing is untouched, which is amazing when you think about how quick tornadoes usually are, which in this case apparently they weren't that quick because they just kind of hovered in certain areas for longer. Certain things that you wouldn't know from the television not being in the area is as you drive through, there's this stench and this smell that is permeating, and the rain and the wind has been keeping that at bay as much as possible, but still it's very overpowering. The smell of chemicals, and it seems like sewage, and it smells like death. I don't think that the people that are actually dead have anything to do with the smell. It can't be very healthy. It could be very biohazardous, being that the water is running and then there's people that are kind of decomposing if they are, and it's just very morbid. It's a morbid scene when you look around. That's an aspect that probably hasn't been talked about in the media. It smells horrid, and it doesn't smell like it's something that's safe to breathe. I can't believe people don't have masks on because of every building. Buildings that are old, the houses that are like 100 years old, and the stores and all this stuff. I mean, you gotta imagine all the asbestos and the fiberglass, lead, and all the stuff that's probably floating around in the air with these high winds that have been going on for 3 days since. It didn't feel good to breathe when we were down there. None of the restaurants are open down there. Some of them are, but I wouldn't eat there because the whole town has a boil order on the water. So because so many pollutants have gone into the city water due to this, you can't drink the water. That's one thing that affects everything. So basically everything is shut down, the town. The town is in a state of emergency, if you haven't heard that on the news. You got National Guard directing traffic. Now they started doing curfews. Nobody's allowed out on the streets after 9 p.m. Basically, during light hours are the only time you're allowed to be out because there has been looting. There was a story we heard a man was going up to his own house rubble to look through his own stuff and somebody pulled a gun on him. And so there's that kind of thing going on. So the city's on lockdown, curfew type thing at night. Honestly, I think that's safest if people are going to be stupid. It's a sad, sad thing. It's very hard to not be depressed around here right now because not only is the city of Joplin, but the surrounding areas, the surrounding towns, which is surrounded by towns within a 20-mile radius, everybody that's in the surrounding area is affected as well. A lot of people in these little towns that surround Joplin worked in Joplin. So from my last video I said that we weren't really affected in any way from the tornado, but we are because Mike's job is no longer, at least for now. His work building was completely shut down, so I know at least 200 people that worked at that building no longer have work. But one of the things that's good, I'm talking a lot about the negative, about what's going on out here, but some of the positive is that the people are working together. A lot of people are coming together, and you're seeing a lot of selfless stuff. Like there's another helicopter, I don't know if you can hear it, but a lot of selflessness is going on. A lot of neighbor helping neighbor, person helping person. I mean, it helps that this is a very tight-knit community, the Joplin community. I mean, you can go to a store and hear people say, "Oh, hi, I saw your daughter's, football game, whatever, whatever." You ask somebody how they're doing. Like, we've asked people we know out here, "Are you okay?" People we know who lived right there in the ground zero area, and we said, "Are you okay?" And their answer is, "Yes, we're okay. We're good. We're fine." But the thing that's astonishing about that answer is that when you go back a second time and ask them, well, okay, I know you're okay, but do you still have a house? Their answer is, more often than not, no, I lost everything. And what's astonishing to me about that is that they're not going, oh, I lost everything, and no, I'm not good, and we don't have a place to live. You're not hearing that out of people who have lost everything. You're hearing them go, no, I'm fine, and I'm volunteering down here, or no, I'm fine, and I'm helping so-and-so do this. Everyone has lost everything that they have, and nobody is bitching about what they've lost. People are just trying to find their loved ones. There's still people that are missing, that they don't even know if they're dead or alive. So that's where people's focus is. It's not even on the fact that they lost their stuff. It's not even on the fact that they don't have a house or a car or a job or anything that connected them to the physical world other than their bodies. And that's what's really remarkable about what's going on out here. So there's that, and then on top of that, there's been storms and thunderstorms, and like last night we had threat of storms. You know, you can't even relax, you can't even go out and look for people if they're living or not. You can't do anything. And then the crack of thunder, just the mere crack of thunder and a little bit of wind. The news said, oh, it must be really frightening for kids to hear a clash of thunder right now. I'm like, kids? I am freaking out. I mean, you know? So it's a real high edge, high strung, you know, the best and the worst of people are coming out, obviously. It's highly toxic. It's highly depressing. You walk by and everything's got orange X's on it, which means that's been searched and found, and there's no survivors or deceased in there. It means it's been checked. So that's on everything. It's just amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing what is going on out here. And it's affecting everybody. It's affecting everybody. You know, there's this kid here, Will Norton. He's known online. He has an online personality, especially here on YouTube, called Will the Beast. A lot of people in the YouTube community are talking about him because he graduated on the 22nd and was in his car with his family, and the tornado came and they were in a Hummer with a sunroof, and he got sucked right out of the glass in the sunroof, and he's somebody that they haven't been able to find. They don't know if he's dead or alive. The tornado sucked him straight up and out of his car. So there's some positive and negative about what's going on that maybe might not be covered in the media. I don't know. It's just not covered in what I've seen so far. So that's what's going on out here. So I'm sorry if this is a depressing type video. It's just we're hanging on to every scrap of positivity we can out here. The radios are saying, oh, we found 6 survivors. Let's hang on to that. That's hopeful. We're hanging on to 6 survivors out of 124, 25 right now. You know, people are hanging on by a thread. So that's it right now. I just wanted to give you a little tidbit of what might be going on that you haven't heard, and I will talk to you later. Okay? I'll update you more if anything else happens.